Imagine you're walking through a quiet park. Suddenly, you spot a tiny baby bird sitting helplessly on the ground. It's alone, barely moving. Its nest is nowhere in sight. Your first instinct? Pick it up, help it, save its life. But then someone suddenly shouts, "Don't touch it." The parents will abandon it. Every bird around here will remember your face. They'll think you're a predator forever. Sounds terrifying. But here's the strange part. Millions of people have believed this for generations. So, is it actually true? Can one simple act turn every bird in the area against you? Do birds really recognize human faces? Can they warn each other about dangerous people? Or is this one of the biggest wildlife myths ever repeated today? We're uncovering the surprising truth behind what really happens when you touch a baby bird. And the answer is far stranger than most people imagine. Almost everyone has heard the same warning. If you touch a baby bird, its parents will smell your scent and never come back. It sounds believable. After all, many mammals rely heavily on smell, so it's easy to assume birds do the same. But here's the surprise. Most birds actually have a very poor sense of smell. For many common backyard birds, your scent means almost nothing. In fact, bird rescue experts regularly return healthy chicks to their nests using their bare hands or gloves. And in many cases, the parents return within minutes, as if nothing ever happened. So why has this myth survived for so long? Because sometimes people touch a baby bird, leave the area, and the parents never return. It looks like the human caused it. But often, the real reason happened long before the person arrived. The chick may have been sick, the nest may have already failed, or the parents may have disappeared because of a completely different predator. Sometimes we confuse coincidence with cause. But that doesn't mean your visit went completely unnoticed, because birds may have been paying attention in a very different way. Imagine looking around and thinking you're completely alone. No people, no noise, just trees. But high above you, dozens of tiny eyes are watching every movement. Many bird species constantly observe their surroundings, not because they're curious, but because their survival depends on spotting danger first. Crows, jays, blackbirds, robins, they're always scanning. The moment you walk beneath their trees, they notice. When you bend down beside a helpless chick, they notice that too. Some species even begin making sharp alarm calls, warning nearby birds that something unusual is happening within seconds. Other birds may stop singing, freeze in place, or quietly watch from nearby branches. You may never realize it, but for a brief moment, the entire forest could be paying attention. Not because they know your intentions, but because something unexpected just happened. Now the story becomes even stranger. Some birds don't just recognize danger, they remember it. Scientists have discovered that crows can recognize individual human faces. If someone repeatedly threatens them, they may react differently the next time they see that same person. Even more surprising, other crows can learn who to avoid simply by watching or listening to members of their group. It's almost like sharing a neighborhood watch list. Blue jays, magpies, and several other intelligent birds also learn from experience. That doesn't mean every bird instantly labels you as a predator, or that touching one chick creates a permanent warning across the forest. Nature is far more complicated than that. Birds respond to behavior, not myths. If you repeatedly disturb nests, chase birds, or threaten them, they may begin recognizing you as a potential danger. But one careful rescue, that's a completely different story. Here's the question that matters most. You find a baby bird on the ground. What should you actually do? First, don't panic. Many young birds leave the nest before they can fly well. These are called fledglings. Their parents are usually nearby, still feeding them, still protecting them, even if you can't see it. In those cases, the best thing you can do is simply keep your distance. But what if the chick has no feathers, or very few feathers? What if it's lying beneath the nest, cold, or surrounded by immediate danger? Then helping may actually be the right choice. If you can safely reach the nest, placing the chick back inside is often the best option. And despite the old myth, its parents are very unlikely to reject it just because a human touched it. The goal isn't to interfere with nature. It's to give nature a chance to continue. Ironically, birds spend far less time worrying about human scent than they do about the dangers they face every single day. Cats, snakes, raccoons, hawks, storms, even powerful winds can destroy an entire nest overnight. For a tiny chick, survival is already incredibly difficult. That's why parent birds react so quickly whenever something unfamiliar appears nearby. Sometimes it's a person, sometimes it's another bird, sometimes it's only a squirrel climbing toward the nest. Every alarm call, every dive, every warning flight is part of an ancient survival system that has protected birds for millions of years. They're not acting out of anger. They're acting out of instinct. So, what really happens if you touch a baby bird? The answer is probably not what you've been told. Its parents almost certainly won't abandon it simply because it smells like you. But that doesn't mean birds ignore what happened. They notice movement. They recognize unusual behavior. Some incredibly intelligent species can even remember people who repeatedly threaten them. The real mystery was never your scent. It was the birds quietly watching, learning, and deciding whether you were friend or danger. The next time you see a tiny bird on the ground, remember, help only when it's truly needed. Sometimes, the kindest thing you can do is simply let nature do what it has always done. If you love uncovering the hidden mysteries of birds and wildlife, subscribe for more incredible stories from the natural world, because the more we learn about birds, the more extraordinary they become.